Hello everybody and welcome to Options Paycheck Live. Today I will be planning our option trades for Monday's market open with a focus on generating steady income through selling puts and calls. If you are new to the channel, I focus on practical option strategies to build a reliable second income. Please like this video if you find it helpful and subscribe to the channel to see my trades. As you can see on the screen, I show my portfolio. And I was showing also during the countdown, I was showing that my portfolio value in the US dollars right now is approximately $110,000. And last week I earned $427 in premium. Let's have a look on the table. Because last week I didn't join the call, and so therefore I couldn't review how much money I earned through the premiums the previous week. So in the week of May 12th, I earned, in the end, I earned $248. If you remember the planning session, I was planning actually for above $500 in premium. However, when the market opened, the prices jumped quite a lot, and therefore the premiums were very low uh, in comparison to the predictions or to the plans. For the last week, I sold for higher premium for $427, which was close to 30% target on return on investment. My initial investment was $78,000, and now, as I was saying, my portfolio, including cash, is $110,000, and last week I earned $427. What am I going to do this week and today? So we just reviewed the last week's results, and now I will go and pick stocks for the next week to maximize my profit from premiums, and I will also perform orders in interactive brokers. I would like to talk a little about the strategy in general and how I want to maximize premium and what I consider actually for doing so. So one thing that I do is I look at the chart and consider technical analysis. Then I also look at the open interest and check how much options, how much call options we have for the upcoming week, and if the week is potentially of monthlies, which can drive the price quite significantly up. And I'm also checking for some major news or results, specifically for Tesla. And let me go actually for Tesla. It's very interesting what the news can do, and I would like to I would like to show you just quickly on this news topic what it can do. And I will do actually weekly or the granularity of week. So now I'm showing the chart for Tesla with the week granularity, and there are some significant changes in or movements in a few weeks. So, for example, this week of November 4th, there was a move of almost, and you can see it here actually. So have a look, and I will make it a little bit. I will make it a little bit bigger. So you can see for this week there was move of more than or almost 30%, 29%. And the reason is it was week of presidential elections in the US, and it was considered as a very positive for Tesla. So you can see this exceptional jump. Then there was another one, which was in a week of July 1st, and what has happened there actually at the time was there was announcement. So every quarter Tesla announced how many cars they sold in the previous quarter. So 1st of July obviously is results of sales for second quarter. It's not quarterly results, but it's results of sales. And this week actually it was the week of results. The results were very good, right? So you can see jump of 27%. So the price peaked and really rose significantly. And then there is another one that I would like to show, and it was in January. It was this one, yes. So in January 20th, or the week of January 23rd in 2023, this was week when there was Q4 report or Q4 results um, announced, and actually it again caused the spike in the price. So you can see that for Tesla specifically, for all companies, but for Tesla it can be really, the news can be quite dramatic and can cause quite strong volatility. Um, so I was talking about how I'm thinking about the technicalities, or what I consider actually to maximize the premium. And now I will move ahead and start looking at the specific stocks. So I have positions in, and let's actually sort the positions by number of shares. So I have positions in Clear still. Um, Here I'm not going to sell any options because it's not possible. Then I have position in Gamestop, 200 shares. I will focus there and look at the selling covered calls. The same for Tesla, 200 shares. Again, I will be selling covered calls. And then I have Cleveland Cliffs, 100 shares. And I might be looking at selling covered calls as well. However, I don't want to I don't want to sell too low. So let's check what are the possibilities. And then in addition, I have 26,000 of cash, and I will be selling some puts. There, my hot candidates for selling puts is Nvidia and GameStop, and we will decide based on the premium and the risks associated what to sell. So now let's go to Cleveland Cliffs as first and try to sell covered calls and see whether it is something that makes sense for this week or not. So covered calls, I would like to sell for 850 at least, and I don't want to sell actually for 1 cent. So I would like to sell at least for 2 cents, or maybe even three. What I will do is go to cancel. I will make the order, and let's say whether something will happen or not. It is it is really useful. It's really question. And if nothing will happen, I don't really mind. So let me just put um, one line here for Cleveland Cliffs. I'll just copy the rest. Let's copy from Tesla the line, and I will copy everything. Cleveland Cliffs, covered calls, strike price, $8.50. It will be only one, and the price was 3 cents. Right. So let's see actually what will happen. Let me just check what is the current price. Yeah, 649. 649. So even if I sell for 3 cents, the return would be 24%. It's okay. It's not bad. Let's see if it's even going to be sold. So now let's go and sell covered calls for Tesla. I go to interactive brokers again, portfolio, Tesla, and now let's start looking actually what is possible. What I will do first, like the rule of thumb, right? So the first thing is to create buffer of 20%. What would this mean? It would mean $406 as a strike price. Let me let me check now. Let's have a look on the technical analysis and let's have a look on options and see what would be maybe the best thing to do. If I if I sell, let me check first the price. So just in case, I would like to sell for let's do 405. I have two. So 405 strike price, the premium would be $60. That's not really very attractive premium. So let me just put it here. And yeah, see, 4% as a return on investment. Actually I will put here, what is it? The current price is $339. So I will actually put the price here, assuming that the market will open on Monday with exactly the same price as it opened as it closed on Friday. Well, this is really not premium I want to see. Actually, I would need to have maybe 6 times premium, right? To have it what I would like to get. 1.8 $1.8 dollars as a premium. So let's check what would be the price actually for 1.8. The price would be, well, somewhere around 370. So it would be somewhere around 370. And therefore, I need to start checking the chart and looking at technical analysis and also options to assess actually whether this is something I want to do, because I want to keep the stock. I believe that the price is going up or is going to go up, and that Tesla is positioned very well for future. I really want to keep the stock, but I want to earn some premium on it. All right, so here is my 100, let's put something like 105 level, right? And now let's see where is some resistance and where I can actually from technical analysis see whether it makes sense maybe to sell for a higher premium and still keep the stock. All right, so in trading view, there is one interesting thing. There is a technical analysis possible, and actually it's automated, right? So trading view offers this tool, and one thing that it offers is actually looking at some resistance levels, right? So One resistance level is at $344, and another would be at 424 dollars. Well, this is well above what I would be planning to do, and 344 is actually way too low. In a in addition, the indicators say basically it's buy, so potentially the price might be going up. Um, from from the chart perspective, let's have a look on what the pattern might be looking right. So it might be something like bullish flag. Looks a little bit like. Right, and here it looks like bullish flag. Hmm. But also maybe what we could try a few more things. This Tesla is, it's, let me try this. Just want to see the channel here. Right. So, I mean, if this is really bullish flag, then the price will be growing. But I would like to try one more thing, because there is basically this thing happening also. Actually, let's do one thing. Now, often, actually, the slope is very similar. Maybe let's try to see what was the slope actually. What can we take here? Right. Trying to see whether there will be something that is useful or not. So if I take the same, so would it work? Would it work? Would it not work? Well, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily bad, right? It could be, so it's actually moving within this channel, considering that there is this bullish flag forming as well. Might be going up, actually. The price might be going up. Here might be some resistance. What would be another level? Well, I would also consider that it's not week of results. Also, any news should not be um, really happening next week. And so, well, 374 is one. Is there anything maybe here as well, right? 390. So what if we do 390? I understand that it's not as good as 30%, but it's better than nothing. So it's 20. So it's only 9% actually. 390 strike price. And what would be, I mean, it's what? It's something like 17%. It's 16% rise potentially. Yeah, 16, 15 and a half maybe. Yeah, 15% increase of the price, premium 60, 60 cents. Yeah, well, so let's do it. Let's do it this way. And I will be checking also if, what will the pre-market do, and potentially I will adjust the strike price. But for now, let's do it actually this. Uh, so strike price 60, accept, and let's finish this. And 90. All right. So for Tesla, planned 390 strike price, 60 cents premium. And now we will go to GameStop also to covered calls. Let's again go to GameStop. I have here my portfolio. So let's have a look on GameStop and let's have a look on options. Um, Again, so price today $33. And again, if I want to use this 1 point or 20% buffer, it would be $39. However, I must, I must say that I don't feel really comfortable with 39 in this case. I But also it's not possible to sell really uh, to sell anything else. I think there might be something open next week on Monday on market open on Monday. But I would like to sell something with delta around 10%, right? Or 0.10. So maybe 46 would be nice. However, however, it's not possible actually to do the orders. There is no bid available. Now, let me check what is actually a return if I sell for 90 cents. So it would be two, strike price would be what? Would be 40. And of course, I'm selling, so I will be getting this. Um, Yeah, well, it would be very nice. So I'm actually comfortable with selling for way less, to be honest. And yeah, maybe what I can do is I can have a look also. There is something. I think I will need to wait. So for GameStop, I will not plan the orders right now. I will wait for unless I can do it. Can I do it? Can I do it actually? It's not working. Ah, yeah. No. So can I try further? Well, let's try. And I will put there 90 cents and we will see what this will do. I mean, if the price will be going heavily up, it might still happen, right? So, I mean, I put 46, right? So, yeah, I mean, let's see what will happen. Let's see. This is really interesting. And now, so I planned covered calls, somehow planned. Um, I forgot actually one thing with Tesla that I want to, and also I didn't do it for Gamestop. I want to do open interest. I want to check the options. So let's have a look on GameStop first, and let's check actually what are what is the open interest for weeklies and monthlies that are in the future. So how does it what is interesting now for open interest? I'm interested in in the ratio of like next month it is really strong, right? There is a lot of options open and strong open interest. This week it's not so much, right? So I would not be worried that the price would move so much. Nevertheless, let's check the detail because the detail matters as well. Detail matters, always detail matters. For these things, detail is really important. And where we are. So we are at 33 price or strike price right now. There is quite a few at 35 and then at 40, quite a lot. I can check also Max Payne. So Max Payne is 27, $27 for next week. Let's remember this. And so, unless maybe there is Bitcoin rising a lot and there is really something happening on this, or maybe unless like next week all of a sudden there will be someone buying calls in the lower strike prices, which by the way happened actually last week. And that's why, or that's probably one of the reasons actually why the price spiked so much. So unless there is something like this happening, I would be very okay with 46 with the strike price of 46. Maybe even 40 might be fine. But really I in this case, because of what has happened last week, right? Um let's have a look on the chart. See? Um I mean let's check in a weekly pattern or weekly granularities. So this was it was only 16%. All right, not so much in the end. Of course, when there is um, this gamma squeeze, right, from the calls that were opened, and then the price was jumping a lot. Maybe started somewhere at 26 and it peaked at 64. So it's something like 100%. Can we expect this? I mean, there is unless there is really like options or yeah, options ramp up, which I don't see in the open interest. I would not expect this. However, let's check for open interest. We saw actually that next month. Let's actually check what is happening. How does it look like for very close? All right. Yeah. So there is nothing really. So very close, like the weeks closer to us, that there is not much really happening. And it's like there is quite a few in um in like deep out of money. Strike price 125, 120,000. But then, yeah, 41,000 for a strike price 50 of 50. It will not move the price probably. And this is, yeah, yeah, all right. So that's something I would not be worried so much right now. I don't think it would actually move the price so much. Um, yeah. So this is for so I check the options, right? Optional open interest. I would not expect that it will move the price so much. For the news, GameStop stock is in play again. This time it's not meme thing. Yes, this time it's about this time it's about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was $109. The gains have not been on company news, rather shares have been lifted by rising price of Bitcoin, which hit an all-time intraday high of $111,000. Maybe we can check Bitcoin actually right now, what it does. Is there Bitcoin? Bitcoin. Is it this? No, it's not. It's funny, I've never been. Crypto here. And we can check here. 5 9 is weekly. So let's do 1 day granularity. All right. Yeah, it's moving around, or it's moving around those 109, 110. Not really much of growth right now. I mean, to be fair, I'm not really following Bitcoin too much. So I would not know really like how it behaves. Um, yeah, but there is no strong growth right now. It seems that there is some resistance around 110. Maybe I can check also technicals. Yeah, another would be around 131. How moving average sell. So this is like I was reading about the how moving average. It's quite interesting one. Um, I would recommend everyone to read about this moving average. It is actually created for being more sensitive than the exponential moving average on the recent prices. So actually, it indicates early enough that there might be some change in the direction, but it can be also wrong. So um, it's not really it's not really 100% reliable. It's rather like early indication that there might be something happening. All right. Anyway, so we've checked Bitcoin, we've checked option open interest for GameStop as well, and I would say that the trade I have made here, or I have planned here actually, for $46. I will keep it as of now, but it might be very well that I mean, it's very likely that I will be changing this trade specifically on Monday when I have pre-market data and when the market will open. Um, let's see, let's see. But also, I wanted to check actually, and I forgot to check. I want to check the open interest for Tesla because that's something we didn't do, and it might be game changer for the options, and I might actually to replan this. So, and again, I will be checking weeklies and then monthlies, right? So let's have the open interest in context. So for and let's have a few more weeks actually. Well, I will put there weeks. If there is, I want to see if it's like significant. So for weeklies, it is relatively significant, right? So actually, it's similar to months in July and August and September. Only months in June are different, and it might be. It's interesting. Does it have anything to do with any news? It doesn't look like, right? So yeah. Anyway, so for this week we have 500,000 of options open. So let's check the detail. Let's check the detail, and I mean there is quite a few open for strike price of what of 345, then 350, and then not much really, 360, 365, and then really not much. So, I mean, there might be some movement up until 365, but then the rest should not probably move the price much, and I would not actually expect the 400 strike price options to do to have much of the impact on the price. We can check Max Payne. So actually, it's even below the current price, and so yeah. So the trade I've planned actually looks good also from the open interest perspective. All right. So now I want to plan the cash, right? So now I want to sell puts for for either Nvidia or Gamestop. And so let's open Nvidia. It is definitely stock I would like to own actually. And again, the question is what might happen with the price? So it seems again that there is bullish flag forming. Let me draw it. Let me draw it here. So it seems like this, right? Um, Maybe a little bit. I will zoom in a little. So see, it's here, and so let's check actually the channel here that goes up. So might be something like this. Just do the drawing properly, and yeah, we might have something like this happening, right? But I also want to see, because again, as I was saying, like the slope is very often actually similar uh, for runs. So maybe what I can check is if there is maybe something in the past that was similar. Yeah, so this one seems pretty similar, right? So is there more? Not really. Maybe. No. Well, I don't know. But this might be similar. Well, anyway, um, what the reason why I'm doing it is sort of to check whether it's going actually outside this channel or not. And I think actually what yeah. I'm just checking on the width of the channel. There I should make it maybe more uh more width or narrower. There's something like this. I mean, if I do something like this, then is it maybe closer? Is the slope actually more close to something what is happening in the past? Maybe something like this. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, what if I do something like this, right? Have it needs to be parallel, right? So it would need to be something like this, more or less, right? So if I copy it over, what it does, how does it look? Hmm. Let's make it green. So, well, if I copy the same slope from the previous run, then actually what is happening is it's returning to the to this channel, and so it might be again moving within this channel. Um, no, it's possible. Nevertheless, I would expect I would expect that the price will be growing. There is also news. I think that is happening next. Yes, it's happening next week. So the premium will be very high. Um, and I have few options, right? So one option is that I will do something like $125. The other is maybe let's bet on really having the run again. I mean, if yeah, so if this is the bullish flag, right? So then it will probably start growing from here. Then even if we follow this green channel, then it would maybe hit somewhere. What is the Friday? So Friday might be this 130 price. So actually 130 seems like pretty nice price. And so let's check what would be the price premiums for 130. 130. So the premium. Okay, I'm not sure if I would have actually if I had 25,000. Yeah, this might be all right. Um, hmm, 890. in premiums. 445. This is this is insane. 445. I mean, what can happen also is that the price will start dropping, right? There will be results. The results might not be positive. I mean, in this environment, it's really hard to predict. Sure, there is a lot of positive news around Nvidia, and I think with with what they are doing and with the AI as it progress, I mean, the company will be doing very well. The only question is if there is some negative surprise for results, and then actually it might happen that the price drops significantly, or very significant drops actually in the weeks. And also let's have a look on let's have a look on the on the results, right? So results here, and the drop was from 130 to 100. Yeah, so it's very significant. It's like 30% drop, 7%, and yeah, yeah, but all together. Um, and it was even positive. It was even positive earnings, right? And then the price was dropping. I would need to use a deep search from Gemini to have a look actually what has happened, like what triggered the the drop. And then was there another one? So here again positive news, and it's interesting actually as we are checking this. This is interesting, right? So positive news and the price is dropping. The positive news, not much really happening, but then price dropping a little. Positive news, price dropping a lot. Positive news, price growing a lot. So um, that's interesting. And it was all right. It was in oversold territory, um, and it was like this run of positive news, and then it happened. So the question is, are we again in the run of positive news that will really push the price up, or are we maybe about to trade sideways, or even have some drops? Well, that's really interesting question. And so let's for weeklies, what would be, I mean, what I could expect potentially, right? So there was this drop of 7% or 8%, maybe. It was not much, it was more sideways. And then here, there was this drop of 7%, and then even additional ones to 108. That's interesting. Actually, it was twice, the results were twice close to the price where I'm right now. And it would be sort of safe. Well, yeah, but for 1 week only, like 115-ish. Well, let's actually draw the line here. Um, let's draw the line here. So for these results, it would be save here, and for, yeah, well, 115. So what is actually price for 115? Clear 115, sell to 10. Hmm. Hmm. So do I sell for maybe hold on, maybe somewhere in the middle, right? Because if I do this, maybe 119, it's actually not bad bad because then my price would be like 118, the premium, and that's sort of closer to. That would be nice actually price. So let's try it, 118. So then the premium is 100. Yeah, it's actually 1.5, was it? Maybe 1.4. All right, not bad, right? 41% return, and maybe that's really like, so this would be the trade I would like to do if I go for Nvidia, right? So now let's check actually if GameStop is potentially offering something better. And I will check if GameStop is offering something better. GameStop, and here I would go maybe for price 25. Would go for like 8, or go even for 10 options. Yeah, well, it's only $50. So where would I get something comparable? Hmm. Actually, here, right? Need to, so 9 and 44. Oh no. The price is, yeah, 27. Yeah, I don't know. It seems that the Nvidia is actually way better. Hmm. I mean, it can be actually the price will start dropping. Yeah, no, I will go for Nvidia. I like it better. All right, so Nvidia options, right? And what I was saying strike price of, oh my god, what was the strike price? Um, 100, was it 17? No, it was 208. So I think it was 19, right? Yeah. All right, 119. 119 strike price, and yeah, let's land this trade. Order to cancel, and 4. So, all right. So it seems that I have planned also trade for Nvidia, or for my cash. So what is the premium that I am aiming for? $511. $511 would be nice. it would be nice, yeah, to get $511. So yeah, let's actually close it this way. So I've planned the trades and I think I'm going to wrap up. So again, thank you everybody for joining today's Option Paycheck Live. It was very nice session today. I really enjoyed actually the playing this week. There was very interesting moves on the market, and so it's really interesting to go a little bit deeper and analyze the stocks and analyze what it does. So I have the plans for Monday trades planned. The orders are set. I might actually change the trades a little on Monday when I see the pre-market. As you saw the last week or the week before, it might change quite significantly the situation and premiums might drop. Anyway, for this week, my premium is $411, and so I will be potentially back on Monday and share actually how the trade went. I will try to be back on Sunday latest so that we actually do another planning and we look at the new trades and selling calls and puts for some additional premiums. Please let me know in the comments how you like the videos, what you would like to see, and also what are your thoughts about the trades, right? How would you trade potentially different? If you find this session helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. And let's continue building a reliable second income through options trading together. And until next time, bye bye.